Have you ever felt paralyzed by fear or insecurity? These emotions, as natural as they may be, have a knack for creeping into our lives, casting a shadow on our goals, our dreams, and our potential. They hold us in their icy grip, hindering progress, and sometimes making us feel as though we are stuck in a never-ending cycle of self-doubt and apprehension. Fear and insecurity, my friends, can be formidable foes. They whisper in our ears, telling us we're not good enough, we're not ready, we're not capable. They paint a picture of failure, rejection, and disappointment, making the path ahead seem daunting, even impossible. But let's remember, these are but illusions, mere trickeries of the mind. But what if we could break free from this paralysis? What if we could confront our fears, face our insecurities, and emerge stronger, more confident, and ready to seize the opportunities life has to offer? Sounds like a tall order, doesn't it? But let me tell you, it's not only possible, but within our reach. In this video, we're going to embark on a journey to overcome fear and insecurity. We'll explore the terrain of our emotions, understand the triggers that plunge us into the depths of fear and insecurity, and arm ourselves with the strategies to climb out of these abysses. We'll learn to recognize fear for what it is, an emotion, not a reality, and treat insecurity as a challenge, not a verdict. We'll discuss 5 potent strategies that can help us tackle fear and insecurity. We'll learn to identify our fears, take control of them, surround ourselves with positivity, take small but sure steps towards overcoming our fears, and most importantly, never give up, no matter how tough the journey gets. So, are you ready to break free from the chains of fear and insecurity? Are you ready to reclaim your life and live it to its fullest potential? If your answer is a resounding yes, then let's get started. Stay tuned as we delve into the first step to overcoming fear and insecurity. Identifying your fears is the first step towards overcoming them. Life isn't always a smooth sail. It's a journey riddled with highs and lows, and it's natural to feel fear and insecurity during the lows. But the trick to overcoming these emotions lies in understanding them, acknowledging them, and then facing them head-on. Let's take a moment to reflect on a few common fears that many of us grapple with, and you might too. Fear of failure, for instance, can be a huge roadblock. It's the nagging thought that we might not succeed, that our efforts might go in vain. This fear can be paralyzing, making us averse to taking risks or trying something new. Then there's the fear of rejection. It's the worry that we won't be accepted or liked by others, that we'll be judged or criticized. This fear can make us shy away from expressing ourselves or standing up for what we believe in. Another widespread fear is the fear of the unknown. It's the unsettling feeling we get when we don't know what's coming next. This fear can make us resistant to change and keep us stuck in our comfort zones. And let's not forget about insecurities. We all have them. They're the little voices in our heads that question our worth, our abilities, our appearance, and so much more. Insecurities can make us doubt ourselves and can hold us back from reaching our full potential. Now, why is it important to identify these fears and insecurities? Well, by understanding what we're afraid of, we can start to see our fears as what they truly are, just thoughts and feelings. They are not facts. They do not define us. By acknowledging our fears, we can start to take control of them instead of letting them control us. So, take a moment to reflect. What are you afraid of? What insecurities are you holding on to? Remember, it's okay to feel fear and insecurity. It's a part of being human. But don't let these emotions hold you back. Once you've identified your fears, you can start to tackle them head-on. Fear is just an emotion, it doesn't define you. Let's let that sink in. It's a powerful statement, and it's absolutely true. Fear is an emotion, like joy or sadness. It's a reaction to a situation, a circumstance, a thought. But it is not who you are. Fear is not your identity. So how do you take control of fear? It starts with a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing fear as an insurmountable obstacle, see it as a challenge to overcome. Instead of letting it paralyze you, let it motivate you. Let it push you to face the situation head-on, to confront the fear and conquer it. To take control of fear, you need to understand it. Ask yourself, what is it that you're really afraid of? Is it the situation itself, or is it the unknown? Is it the potential for failure, or is it the fear of success? Once you understand what's driving your fear, you can start to address it. One effective strategy for taking control of fear is to challenge it. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Often you'll find that the worst-case scenario isn't as bad as you initially thought. And even if it is it really worth letting fear hold you back from pursuing your dreams, from living your life to the fullest? Another strategy is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is about being present in the moment, about focusing on the here and now instead of worrying about the future. When you're mindful, you're able to recognize your fear for what it is, just an emotion, and you can choose how to respond to it. You can choose not to let it control you. Finally, remember that it's okay to ask for help. If fear is overwhelming you, reach out to someone you trust. Talk to them about your fears. Sometimes just voicing your fears can help diminish them, and having someone else's perspective can help you see things in a new light. Remember, you are in control, not your fears. The influence of those around us can significantly impact our emotions. The people we choose to surround ourselves with can either lift us up or pull us down. They can either inspire us to reach new heights, or they can drain us with their negativity. That's why it's crucial to cultivate an environment of positivity. Think of yourself as a garden. A garden thrives when it's cared for and nurtured. It needs the right amount of sunlight, water, and nutrients. Similarly, your mind thrives when it's surrounded by positivity, encouragement, and inspiration. So how do we cultivate this positive environment? Here are a few tips. Firstly, make a conscious effort to surround yourself with positive people. These are individuals who inspire you, support you, and lift you up when you're down. They're the ones who believe in your potential, even when you're doubting yourself. Secondly, limit your exposure to negativity. This may mean distancing yourself from negative individuals or avoiding negative media. It's not always easy, especially when these negative influences are close to us. But remember, your mental well-being is paramount. Thirdly, practice positive self-talk. The way we talk to ourselves can greatly impact how we feel. Instead of criticizing yourself when you make a mistake, remind yourself that it's okay to be imperfect. Instead of focusing on your weaknesses, celebrate your strengths. Finally, remember that positivity isn't about ignoring the negatives. It's about acknowledging them, but choosing to focus on the positives. It's about choosing hope over despair, optimism over pessimism, and resilience over defeat. Surrounding yourself with positivity won't make your fears and insecurities disappear overnight. It's not a magic cure, but it will create a nurturing environment where you can grow, thrive, and overcome your fears. It will provide you with the strength and courage to face your fears head-on. Remember, the road to overcoming fear and insecurity isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. There will be obstacles and setbacks along the way. But with a positive environment and the right mindset, you'll be better equipped to face these challenges. With a positive environment, overcoming fear becomes a more achievable task. Overcoming fear isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Fear can often feel like a towering mountain, insurmountable and intimidating. But remember, even the tallest mountains are conquered one step at a time. Overcoming fear is no different. It's about breaking down that mountain into smaller, manageable hills and tackling them one by one, no matter how long it takes. Think about the fears you've identified. They may seem huge and scary, but ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do today to face this fear? It could be as simple as speaking up in a meeting, reaching out to an old friend, or even just stepping outside if you're afraid of the outdoors. Every small step you take chips away at that mountain of fear. But there's another crucial aspect to this journey: perseverance. The path to conquering fear is rarely a straight line. There will be setbacks. There will be times when fear seems to regain its ground. That's okay. It's normal. It's part of the process. What's important is that you don't let those setbacks define your journey. Imagine you're learning to ride a bike. You're going to fall, probably a lot. But with each fall, you learn something new. You learn how to balance, how to steer, how to pedal, and eventually, you're riding that bike without even thinking about it. The same applies to overcoming fear. Each setback is a learning opportunity, a chance to grow stronger and more resilient. So when you face a setback, don't view it as a failure. Instead, see it as a stepping stone on your path to overcoming fear. It's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up and keep going. Perseverance is not about speed, it's about endurance. It's about maintaining a steady pace, no matter how slow it may seem. Remember, even the smallest progress is still progress. No matter the setbacks, remember to keep going and never let fear stop you. Overcoming fear and insecurity may not be easy, but it is definitely possible. Remember, this journey is about progression, not perfection. Your path to overcoming these feelings is a personal one, and it's okay to take it on at your own pace. Let's take a moment to recap the main points we've covered in our journey so far. First, we identified our fears. This is the crucial first step, as it allows us to understand what we're up against. Remember, fear is not a sign of weakness, but a part of being human. Next, we learn not to let fear control us. Fear is an emotion, not a ruler. It does not define who you are or what you can achieve. By acknowledging fear and choosing not to let it dictate our actions, we reclaim our power. We also discussed the importance of surrounding ourselves with positivity. The company we keep can have a profound impact on our mindset. By choosing to be around those who uplift and inspire us, we create an environment conducive to growth and overcoming our insecurities. Moreover, we talked about taking small steps. Instead of being overwhelmed by the enormity of our fears, we can break them down into smaller, manageable parts. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory in itself. And finally, we highlighted the importance of persistence. There will be ups and downs, moments of doubt and hesitation. But remember, it's okay to stumble as long as we get back up and keep moving forward. Each of these steps is a crucial part of the journey to overcoming fear and insecurity. They are interlinked, supporting and reinforcing each other. So take a deep breath, and remember that you're not alone in this journey. Millions of people around the world are taking these steps every day, striving to overcome their fears and insecurities, just like you. With these tips, you're on your way to a life free from the paralysis of fear and insecurity. Remember, every journey begins with a single step, so take that step today and start your journey to a more confident and fearless life.